A gory fright fest brings us to our next dream, or maybe nightmarish job.
My name is Abby Hicks, and I'm a professional scare actor.
Scare actor?
I always tell people it's like the most fun you ever have acting, because you walk around and just scare people. You get to be spooky and scary and loud and just have fun.
Abby Hicks is one of hundreds who will turn Six Flags New England into a haunted horror show in the weeks leading up to Halloween. A professional zombie. That's right, zombie. But before you think this crazy career is all about creepy characters, it's a real job with real standards, including Ghoul School.
We have a scaring training that we do. Our leadership team goes over all the safety rules, how to work with the element of surprise, and what is actually scary, what isn't.
But after the meetings, that's where this profession starts to differentiate itself from a desk job. The highlight of Abby's blood-curdling craft.
And I got beheaded 3 times a day.
For a living.
For a living, for fun.
So how exactly does one become zombified? Well, Kay and Alex, aka the zombie makers, are gonna help us find out.
This is just the air.
Tricks of this trade, airbrush art, and some fake flesh, or
Demon horns.
these makeup mavens turn out more than 200 different designs every night.
The demons, I like reptiles, alien stencils, things like that.
The only thing more impressive, how quickly they do it.
Between 10 and 15 minutes.
A time-sensitive occupation meant to disguise even the most recognizable faces.
By the time you leave my chair, you're a completely different person.
Yep, that's true.
Everything about being in the character is transforming, and of course you want to be a good actor, but a lot of the people that do this job, they're not normally actors and they're not trained. The decorations and the costumes really help you to get in that mindset.
The stage is set inside the Midnight Mansion.
And you're gonna give me a few tips on how to scare people. How great
Using
is that?
the elements of surprise and just your knowledge of the building that a guest obviously doesn't have. And from the guest's eye, this is just wall. They don't know that there's a hallway behind here.
Everything counts, from the scare to the sights to the...
Let's see what smell we have for this room in here. It is rotting decay is the smell of the dining room, kind of makes sense.
As our dinner guests make their way through a maze of hair-raising rooms, Abby acts as a distraction. My only job, make them scream.
You're very scary. You followed all the directions perfect.
I'm putting that on my resume. I am very scary.
Scare actor, very scary.
Now to some wild animals of a much different kind. Our next job brings us to Drumlin Farm,
Target. Good.
where we find Flavio Suti, a wildlife care manager, though more like an animal whisperer.
We have 35 species of native wildlife represented. So hawks and owls. We have mammals, fisher, foxes, opossums, woodchucks, skunks. So we have some native turtles.
Would you call your job unique?
I would say so, yes. Many days I don't know exactly what I would be doing. Many times we have to deal with little challenges and problems that comes up, and I find myself at the veterinarian for the entire day.
Some days he's hiding snakeskin,
Being able to observe the animals up close is really rewarding.
or hiding himself.
I love to be behind Bird Hill and listen to what people say about the animals when they go by.
But the most important aspect of his job is making the animals feel wild in a world where they live in protective care.
There are animals that were injured at some point in their life. They went through wildlife rehabilitation, and unfortunately they were deemed non-releasable. So they need to be living in captivity for the rest of their lives. She looks like a cat climbing around.
It's safe to say Flavio has found his calling, seated in a childhood growing up on a farm in the Italian Alps.
And you actually had an animal in your wedding, right? A bird.
Correct, yes. And because I was working with raptors and training them to be education animals, I managed to convince my mentor and supervisor at the time to let me use one of the animals I trained to simply just walk down the aisle on my mentor's glove, having the rings attached.
Though most of the animals are trained with a hands-off approach, gaining help from humans, some, like this owl waiting patiently for our questions to run out, help the farm as education ambassadors.
Traveling in this case to schools, festivals, or events, and help us reach a lot of people and educating them about these species, the natural habitats they live in, and the challenges those habitats face.
What do you love most about this?
Everything, can I say that?
You can and you did. Flavio did correct one thing for us. It is technically not a fisher cat, a term you hear a lot. The correct nomenclature is simply fisher.
All right, and back to our scare actor, Abby. I'm still scared from seeing Nicole all dressed up. Well, when she is not in the haunted house, she is actually a flight attendant way up in the sky.
Well, that is a big difference. Up next, a career rooted in childhood memories.